Hi everyone, James Jacobs here from Jadu. Welcome to the first in a series of short videos where I'll be giving you simple, easy to follow advice on how you can make your web content more accessible. In this video, we're going to be looking at headings, how to use them effectively, and some best practices around heading accessibility. So let's get started. So thinking about a typical website, as a sighted user, often I'll scan the page looking for larger, bolder text used to label sections of content. I might then scan subsections of the page to further narrow down the content to help me find what I'm looking for. So visually scanning a page's headings gives you a simple outline of the content and structure of a page. For screen reader users, whilst they may not get the same visual representation of the headings, we can still convey the outline of the content by using the correct semantic heading elements. Screen reader users are able to navigate by moving between headings using keyboard shortcuts. They can also list all of the headings on a page along with their heading level and can navigate directly to a chosen heading. In this example, I'm using VoiceOver to first navigate between the headings on a page using a keyboard shortcut, and then using a built-in feature called the rotor to list all of the headings on the page along with their heading levels.
VoiceOver on Safari. Latest news. Health in window. Latest news. Health in web content as keyword focus. Heading level 1. Latest posts. Heading level 2. Benefits of cold water. Heading level 2. Guide to stretching. Heading level 2. Train to run a 10K. Heading level 2. How to squat. Heading level 2. Most popular posts. Heading level 3. How to eat well. You are currently on the heading level 3. Headings menu. Heading level 1. Latest posts. Heading level 2. Benefits of cold water. Heading level 2. Guide to stretching.
So think about headings as structural elements, used to label sections of content and that provide visual and non-visual navigational waypoints for users. Here's some do's and don'ts to consider while using headings. Use the correct heading level. Headings have different levels and we need to take care to ensure our content uses the correct heading levels in the correct order. Let's take a look at the different levels. Heading level 1, or H1. This should be used for the main heading on the page, describing the topic or purpose of the page. Ideally, there should only be one H1 on a page, and it should be at the beginning of the page's main content. It should also be similar or related to the page's title, which is what appears at the top of the browser window or tab. Heading level 2, or H2. Think of these as labels for the various sections of content on the page. Apart from the H1, this is your highest level of heading. Here's a screenshot from the fictitious health and fitness website we saw earlier. You can see that the latest posts text is a H1, and then the individual headings underneath that are both H2s. Heading level 3, or H3. You can think of these as subsection headings. These would be used to label subsections within a section that is labelled by a H2. For example, on this screenshot from our fictitious health and fitness website, you can see most popular posts is a H2. And within that section, we have subsections of different articles. The first being how to eat well, which is titled with a heading level 3. We then have heading level 4 to 6, a H4, a H5 and a H6. You can think of these as additional subsection headings. These will be used to label subsections within sections that are already labelled by H2 or another heading level one higher. For example, a H4 could be used to label a subsection within a section labelled by a H3, and so on. Here's an example. So in this screenshot we can see we have a heading level 1 at the top of the page. We then have some text followed by heading level 2. Within that section we can see an additional subsection labelled by a heading level 3. We then revert up a level back to a heading level 2 as we are no longer in that subsection. don't skip heading levels. Where possible, never skip heading levels or choose a heading based on appearance. Skipping heading levels or using them in the wrong order may create confusion or uncertainty for screen reader users. For example, they may ask themselves, did I miss something? Has the page loaded correctly? Is there a section of content missing? As previously mentioned, screen reader users can use headings to gain an overview of a page's content. If incorrect heading levels are used, that overview may be misleading. In this screenshot, we can see we have a heading level 1, directly followed by some text and a heading level 3, followed by another heading level 3, some more text, and then a heading level 2. This is an example of an incorrect use of heading levels because we go directly from a H1 to a H3 and then back to a H2. Write clear and informative headings. Headings should be clear, informative, and easy to understand. Generally speaking, we want to avoid unnecessarily long or wordy headings. For example, rather than how and where you can apply for your library card, consider using library card applications. Also, if headings repeat key information, consider front-loading that key information by placing it at the start of the heading. For example, rather than about volunteering opportunities in Leicester, about volunteering opportunities in Nottingham. Instead, we can front-load them and simplify to Leicester volunteering, Nottingham volunteering, and so on. Don't use fake headings. I remember back at school when learning how to use Word. When I was creating a document, I'd often highlight the text I wanted to use as my heading, make it bold, and bump up the font size, effectively creating a fake heading. Whilst visually this may appear just like a heading, by changing the appearance of normal text, we're losing out on all the semantic meaning that comes with the proper heading elements. Even worse, people who use screen readers will no longer be able to navigate by headings as, semantically, they are just plain text styled in a different way. This applies to all text editors, whether on the web or elsewhere. In this example, we have a screenshot of a Word document where the first heading, I am a real heading level 1, uses the formatting menu to semantically insert a heading level 1 element. The second example is just plain normal text that uses an increased font size, the same font as the heading, and the same colour as the heading to achieve the same thing. Visually, they are identical, but provide very different experiences for screen reader users. So let's recap what we've covered. We do want to use the correct heading level depending on the section of content we are labelling. We do want to use proper headings chosen from the text editor's formatting options. We do want to make headings clear and informative. We do want to front-load repeated words in headings where possible. We never want to use fake headings, and we don't want to skip heading levels. That about covers it for today. I hope you found the video useful, and thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.